Oh, hello there. I didn't see you there. Didn't see you there. I suppose now I'll have to begin. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Wednesday. Welcome. How you doing? What's up? What's going on? How's life? How's your Wednesday? How's the summertime? Summertime. And the living's easy. Slower days in the summer, huh? Kill it, Josh. Let it go, buddy. What can be better on a Wednesday morning? Oh, man, we're going to get into it. I assume you're talking about the sequel trilogy. Rey Skywalker. I only called her that to trigger you guys. I'm not going to call her Rey Skywalker. Are you guys going to call her Rey Skywalker? Are you guys going to be so triggered if they refer to her as Rey Skywalker in the movie? First of all, let's take it a step back. Do you think they're going to call her Rey Skywalker? Like in the movie, in the promotion for it, in all of that? Like, are they doing that shit? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Rey is my favorite Skywalker. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Okay. Yeah, that's rough. I see some people saying there's lag. Everything looks good on my end. So you might have to check it out, you know? You got that, maybe you got that Kmart internet. I don't know, bro. Fix it! Fix it. Anyways, everybody, welcome to the show. Welcome to the stream. Hanging out here on a Wednesday in the summertime. Not too much going on. We are going to talk, of course, about this crazy report from Giant Freaking Robot. And I want to talk about the report, but I also want to talk about why I'm even talking about a Giant Freaking Robot report. Because for a long time, about a couple of years now, they have been getting way more things correct, and I know the Giant Freaking Robot brand is so tarnished because they threw so much bullshit at the wall in their earlier days of publication. I totally get it, and I totally understand people being like, yo, these people suck, they don't know what they're talking about. But I'm telling you right now, they've been getting a lot of shit right in the past couple of years, and believe it or not, I think this one's true. I think this is actually true, and I've actually teased it and talked about it already myself, so we will get into that. But before we get into all of that, I want to do some show notes, okay? We are having our first ever Nerdvengers meetup, okay? So the memberships over here and the members, they're the Nerdvengers. They're the lifeblood of this community, and they help keep everything afloat, keep the lights on. It's the best way to support us. And so we're actually going to have, at New York Comic Con in October, we're going to have a meetup event. It's going to be pretty freaking cool. Now, to get us ready and excited for the meetup, and because frankly I don't really talk about memberships enough at all over the course of the last couple of years, I really don't push the memberships at all. What we're going to do is we're going to do a membership drive, and we're going to do some crazy stuff. If we get to a certain level of memberships, I will do some things. So the first goal that we're going to shoot for is 2,000 members, and I think we're right at about 1,000 right now, so it would be huge. It would be like doubling our members, okay? And if we do that, I'm gonna get a Nerdvengers tattoo at the meetup while we're in New York Comic Con. I will do a Nerdvengers tattoo, and I'm a big old baby. I don't like needles, and so you guys will be able to be there and film and experience me being, well, me getting that tattoo. So we'll do that if we get to 2,000 members. It's going to be really cool. It'll be sort of to commemorate the first ever Nerdvengers meetup. It'll also be the first tattoo I've ever gotten, which is pretty wild. Okay. And then we've got a couple other ones. These are like pretty crazy, goals that we probably won't get, but we wanted to set them up either way. Okay. So if we get to 3,000 members, I am going to be dyeing my hair and my beard white, and I will be making a video cosplaying as James Gunn, talking about how dope he is and shit. So if we could get right up to like 2,000, but not actually get right up to 3,000 and not get the 3,000, that would be perfect. That would be great. And I don't want to do that. And then technically we also put up another one. I know, it's so fucking crazy. We did another one. If we get to 4,000 members, I will do a calendar for next year where I will do tasteful nudes. It's not a joke. I'll do it. We're not. This is not full on crazy. We're not going tasteful. I'm talking tasteful nudes. Yeah. And you might ask yourself, why the fuck would anybody want that? And I agree. And so fucking do not do that. Do not get to 4,000 members. That will be ridiculous. So, but I did say in all fairness that I would talk about it and promote it. Okay. So there you have it, guys. We're trying to push for memberships. If you're on the fence about being a member, it's honestly a great time to become a member. You can come to the meetup as well. There's a ton of cool benefits that you get. 20% off the merchandise, access to behind-the-scenes streams, all sorts of cool stuff. So it really is, we give you a lot of bang for your buck. Pause. And we're looking forward to having the fan meetup at New York Comic Con in October. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. It's going to be cool. Okay, so that's pretty much all we need to talk about as far as show notes. Okay. Yeah, it is what it is. That's what we're doing. So yeah, I guess we should just hop right in to this giant freaking robot news. The big Star Wars news of the day. Let me try to get this pulled up for you guys. Boom. Boom. Check this shit out. Check this shit out, ladies and gentlemen. Have you seen this? Have you seen this pop up on social media? Have you seen? Have you heard? Giant freaking robot is not reliable. Okay, I'm going to repeat myself probably a lot today, but let's just go right there. Okay? Because everybody's saying, giant freaking robot is not reliable. I understand why they have that reputation, but as I have said, and as I'll probably have to say a million fucking times, to be honest with you, I'm already pissed off, so all of you better fucking stop it, that they have got a lot of stuff right in the past couple of years, and that they are not actually the horrible throw stuff at the wall and see if it sticks outlet that they used to be. I'm trying to think, because there was another one that they recently got, and I was like, damn, like, dude, they're spot on that shit. But let's go through it. Let's go through the exclusives that they have had recently and what has been. And this is for you. This is because you guys are like, nah, they're bad, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Shut your mouth. Here we go. Our William Dafoe Beetlejuice 2 exclusive confirmed by The Hollywood Reporter. Earlier this week, we exclusively brought you the good news that Tim Burton had cast Willem Dafoe as some kind of ghostly cop in Beetlejuice 2, and now The Hollywood Reporter confirmed our scoop. This has actually happened several times over the last couple of years, where they have reported something, and it's almost immediately confirmed by the trades. On top of that, Daniel Rickman had hit me up several times over the past couple of years that GFR had got some scoops, and I was like, damn, that's pretty crazy. Okay, so here we go. Apparently, they were the first people to say that Stephen Amell is back as Oliver Queen in The Flash. Michael B. Jordan had been cast in Rainbow Six. Patrick Stewart in talks to return for Deadpool 3, which I didn't even know about, but kind of tracks with some of the stuff that we've been talking about recently. The actor confirmed our exclusive himself in an interview a few months ago, saying he was on standby when asked if he would be back. So this is yet to be determined. We don't know fully if he's going to be in that movie or not. I would assume he is. How to Train Your Dragon getting a live action movie. I remember them having this. They had it really early, and it is indeed true. They're making that. I don't know about this one. I don't know about this. Henry Cavill discussion of playing new character in the DCU. I don't know if this was ever confirmed. And I highly doubt he would ever. I mean, I'm sure they talked to him about it, but he's not going to take anything there. John Bernthal reprising his role as a Punisher in the MCU almost a year ago that they exclusively broke. Let's check this out. When was this? 7 months ago? Back appearing in... So we'd have to like cross-reference to make sure this was, not scooped up by somebody else before. But 7 months ago is a long while ago. Yeah. All right, let's look at a couple others. Patty Jenkins' Star Wars movie is canceled. I remember when that all started to break out. It's kind of tough to know like who exactly was talking about that first. You know what I mean? James Spader returning as Ultron for Armor Wars. We've heard about that for a long time too. Bro, they just got something huge recently, and I just can't remember what it was. Love her or hate her, Giant Freaking Robot was the first to announce Daisy Ridley was not yet done with Rey Skywalker in 2022, 7 months ago. We broke the news that Ridley will be back for an upcoming Star Wars franchise last month at Star Wars Celebration. Rumors have been swirling for quite some time as to who would be cast. GFR was the first to report last year that Adam Driver was in negotiations for the film. That's true, actually. I remember them having this one. Dude, they had this shit a year ago. That's crazy. That is pretty crazy. But they didn't have him as Mr. Fantastic, though. That's kind of a big deal. You know what I mean? Regardless, look, here's the deal. I understand that people doubt Giant Freaking Robot. At the end of the day, that is a reputation that they have earned because they were so full of crap for so long. And I think they just had, like, bad people there, honestly. And it seems like they've got better people and they've got better sources. Now, here's the deal. Does that mean that this is automatically true? No! It doesn't. It doesn't mean that it's absolutely true. But I'm talking about it because I think that it is true. I think that it is true. Based on some stuff that I've heard as well. So now, can we read the report? Can we read it now? Okay, exclusive. Mark Hamill and Hayden Christensen are Force ghosts in Daisy Ridley's new Star Wars movie. I think they actually go on to talk about how they don't know for sure if they're Force ghosts or not. But here's what I want to do. I want to read the whole report. Then I want to talk about how Ming-Na Wen tweeted about this, obviously not knowing what kind of a hornet's nest she was going to kick up. But it is interesting that she did that. So let's read through it and then we'll talk about it, okay? Star Wars fans have something new to get excited or alternatively extremely mad about. I mean, that's Star Wars fans, right? Mark Hamill and Hayden Christensen will appear as Force ghosts in the recently announced upcoming installment in the franchise, according to our trusted and proven sources. And if you click on the trusted and proven, it talks about a bunch of the stuff they've gotten right? So, all right. The two actors will reprise their roles as Luke and Anakin Skywalker, respectively, in the new Daisy Ridley-led movie. Now, that's kind of weird because she is not the lead in the movie. Despite having died in previous episodes, of course, Star Wars being what it is, both Mark Hamill and Hayden Christensen's characters have already come back from death. So why not another time? Now, let me just linger on this for a second here, because it is technically possible that Daisy is the lead to the film. In the version that Lindelof was writing, she was not going to be the lead in the movie. It will really depend on like what's going on with Steve Knight and is he changing it? Is he even writing this thing right now? Are they going to make this movie without a final script? So many questions. But regardless, it's technically possible. I just want to throw that out there because this movie is being rewritten. We have a writer's strike. A lot of things are changing. Jeff Snyder reported a couple of weeks ago that Daisy Ridley being included in this movie was actually a last-minute decision. And so the way I understand this is they were talking a lot. But then just kind of to slip it in and to make this movie about Rey and have it feature Daisy Ridley, that all came together kind of last minute. So it's interesting. Did that last minute thing now change what the script is going to be and put her more at the forefront? I'm not really sure, but I want to point it out because I think it's fair to say, like, we don't know how it's going to shake out. We previously broke the news that Lucasfilm was going to bring back Daisy Ridley's Rey for new film some months ago, which was later confirmed by other sources. We have also reported that Kathleen Kennedy has said the new film will take place about 15 years after the Rise of Skywalker, with Rey attempting to rebuild the Jedi Order and apparently messing everything up. Yeah, because they're in disarray. That's something she said several times. It's kind of weird. With Rey attempting to rebuild and apparently messing it up as such, it would make sense that Mark Hamill, who has the experience in failing at bringing back the Jedi, how dare you, and Hayden Christensen, who had a significant experience in other aspects of Jedi not being around, murder, would appear in some capacity. Dude, how dare they put this in here? God. Wow, we do not yet know whether Mark Hamill and Hayden Christensen will be interacting in some capacity as Force ghosts in the new Star Wars movie. This certainly raises the intriguing possibility of father and son Jedi face-to-face for the first time. Although both actors have appeared in multiple Star Wars projects over the years, they have never actually been in a scene together. Return of the Jedi's ex-post facto insert of Hayden Christensen doesn't really count, nor does both having a voice cameo at the climax of Rise of Skywalker. At the very least, the two Skywalkers might have a discussion about why the elder of the two Force ghosts is decades younger than his own son. That's true, actually. I wonder if that'll come up in conversation. Now, I want to read through the rest of the article, and then I want to get into speculating about this, because I actually think this could be good. I know. Crazy. Insane. What? Rey, Star Wars movie could actually be good? Leon. They weren't in that scene together, bro. I mean, they're on screen together, but they already said it, Leon. They're talking about the thing. Anyway. Most recently, Mark Hamill reprised the role of Luke Skywalker in the relatively disappointing Book of Boba Fett, after having first reappeared via a combination of CGI archival footage and voice work in The Mandalorian. For his part, Hayden Christensen starred in the more critically well-received Obi-Wan Kenobi as both Darth Vader and Anakin Skywalker. As the Disney Plus breakthrough series The Mandalorian has been slowly losing both viewership and critical goodwill, it makes sense that Lucasfilm would look for a big new project to excite fans, with Mark Hamill being perhaps the most beloved figurehead of the Star Wars franchise, and Hayden Christensen's prequel films in the process of becoming critically reclaimed. Bringing them both back is an understandable ploy. On the other hand, repeatedly bringing back deceased characters to pop in and give Daisy Ridley support can be perceived as diminishing the sacrifice of their heroic deaths. So Lucasfilm might want to tread this line carefully. We'll be happy to see Mark Hamill and Hayden Christensen back, but we don't want them to be trotted out every time ratings drop. Ooh. Real talk there, man. And then, interestingly, Ming-Na Wen shares this and gets all excited about it. One must wonder, has she heard some things behind the scenes? Okay, so now let's talk about this. I guess there's two main ways that we could take this, and they kind of touch on it in the article, right? They kind of touch on it. Getting my hair cut today. This shit's driving me absolutely crazy, dude. Maybe I should just shave it off. Anyway, here we go. Let's talk about this. So what's the deal, man? What's the deal? I mean, I guess first of all, there's the whole idea of like, will this even happen, right? And again, I think it will. I think it will. This movie with Rey is a really confusing idea in general. I think most of us are getting the feeling that what this movie really is another attempt by Kathleen Kennedy to get the sequel era, the Disney created timeline, to be acceptable by fans. I think that's really what it is. What do you guys think? Do you disagree? Do you agree? At the end of the day, especially when you consider the fact that Lindelof wanted to make Rey 80 years old, and they basically said, no, forget that. We're going to go back to Daisy Ridley. Considering the fact that the movie's not a trilogy, it's not episode 10, it's not going to star Rey, what is this movie? You know what I mean? When you start to really think about it, it's like, okay, so what is this movie then? And the truth is, this movie is something of an in-between, an epilogue to the sequel trilogy, and a setup to whatever happens next. Dude, a lot of people still think it's going to be episode 10. Guys, there's literally nothing to indicate that this is going to be episode 10. Like, no reliable person has ever suggested that this will be episode 10. Like, that is almost at the top of the totem pole as far as... Dude, you guys are just trying to trigger me today. I can tell. You mother truckers. You mother truckers. I'm telling you right now, and it's not going to be episode 10. And you guys are just like, it's episode 10. Let's go to the polls. I gotta know. Do you think this Rey movie will be episode 10? Yes or no? Yes or no, you mother lovers? Josh, you're constantly tripping on how your hair looks. Every time you say it looks fine. You're good, bro. Thanks, man. I just have a little bit of OCD with that kind of stuff, but I appreciate it. Oh, my. Okay, so that's 50. Some of y'all are paying attention. Some of y'all understood the assignment. What will normies think? Good question. I don't know. A giant freaking robot isn't reliable. James Gunn care to debunk? Dominic! Oh, man. Oh, dude. You know, I was sitting there this morning. I was like, dude, we're really light on news. I could just call it, you know? No stream today. I could just go to the beach. Could hang out. I could freaking paint some Warhammer. You know what I mean? I was like, no. Like, we got to give the Nerdvengers what they want. We got to talk about this crazy Star Wars rumor. It's going to be fine. It's going to be real chill. And then now I'm sitting here just getting fucking triggered over and over again. And I'm like, damn, I should have went to the beach. Okay. Now, getting back on track. I can't believe 50% of you think it's going to be episode 10, though. That's pretty wild. Now, let's get back on track. Let's talk about this. Again, the entire concept of the movie is confusing. The only way it makes sense to me is it's like another attempt by them to repair. Right? Like, basically, what you get with episode 9 is an attempt to repair that just didn't work, you know? Episode 9 attempts to repair a lot of the stuff from The Last Jedi, and it was booty cheeks, and a lot of people rejected it. It's frankly a worse movie than episode 8. You know what I mean? Like, it really is. And so I think what they're trying to do now is like set up some kind of future with Rey, with these characters in a more acceptable fashion for merchandising, for the parks, etc., etc. Okay? And look, does a part of me, upon that realization, want to go vomit into a trash can? Yes. Okay? Absolutely. Of course. It is the exact issue that has plagued Disney Star Wars from Jump Street. It is a major issue for a lot of corporate-controlled media in general these days. It feels like a product because it is treated like a product. It does not feel like a story. Okay? Now, having said that, I am going to hold out hope that by bringing these characters back, the actual good version of this is that we have Daisy Ridley, Mark Hamill, and Hayden Christensen having really important discussions about the future of the galaxy, the Jedi, and the Force itself. Right? So, these are scenes, by the way, that we wanted in the sequel trilogy. These were scenes that would have been great in the sequel trilogy. To have it actually feel like there's a relationship there. To have it actually feel like Daisy Ridley and Rey had a part of what was going on with the overall Force. That would have been so much more meaningful. Like, the way that the stories are crafted throughout the sequels, it makes the idea of her being called Rey Skywalker a joke. She doesn't know any Skywalker. She knew Luke for like 5 minutes, dude. You know what I mean? And so I have a lot of trouble like feeling like she belongs, feeling like she's one of the gang. It doesn't work. And so perhaps some of the scenes that you could get in this movie with Hayden Christensen, with Mark Hamill, could be good. And also, man, if we get some scenes between Luke and Anakin as Force ghosts, where they're like actually discussing stuff, maybe even like taking shots at each other or whatever, like actually doing some cool stuff like that, I'd be down. You know, I would actually like it. Right? So I can see not everybody in chat feels the same way. And I get it. Okay? The reality of the situation is it's going to be another round of everybody loves Rey. Okay? And yeah, all signs point to them not executing it properly. But don't you think it's possible? Don't you think that there's a version of this movie out there with them both back that actually is good? We don't want it, says Jaren. Well, guess what? Either way, you're getting it. But there's nobody out there that feels like it could be great? Nobody that says, wow, this could actually be awesome. This could give me a lot of the stuff I wanted during the sequels. Anakin and Luke, like, yo, let's get it. There's a few of you out there. I see you. I see you. Most of you guys are like, hell no. Okay, so let me ask you a different question. Because it's clear that most of you guys are like, hell nah, Josh. Hell nah, bro. Hell no, we don't want none of that. Ah! Okay, well, let me ask you a different question. Bro said my name wrong? No, I didn't. You're jarring. You're jarring now. Would you rather have it be that Indiana Jones doesn't make money, maybe even bombs, and that we never get this Rey movie? Like, is that what we want? Where we're just like, hell nah? Because technically speaking, like, I've thought about this too, because, dude, I'm going to tell you right now, Indiana Jones looks, and I don't mean from the trailers, I mean from the reviews and just the discourse online, it looks like Indiana Jones is fucked. And that's sad, because there were a lot of you guys, or at least like a handful of you guys that were like sort of vocal, and many of you guys were like holding out some weird hope for Indiana Jones. And I get it, because James Mangold's dope, Indiana Jones, great franchise. But like a lot of people have sort of been calling it for a long, long time that she's just going to do what she's been doing, man. You know what I mean? And like this injection of the young female character that's going to lecture Indiana Jones the entire movie on like basically fucking modern politics. Like, dude, nobody wants that. Like, I would argue even people on the left don't want that. And it's becoming a parody of... Like, it's literally becoming like a fucking parody. You're projecting as usual. Alfonso, no, I'm not. Motherfucker, no, I am not. Bro, look at the reviews, Alfonso. Did you see these people say that about the film and then give it a positive score? And these are Hollywood, elitist, snobby critics, dude. When those people are looking at this film, calling it for what it is, saying it should have stayed dead, saying it's just, you know, your usually scheduled crapping on a legacy hero, then we've like flipped. We're now in like bizarro world where everybody that once was defending this shit sees it for what it is, and it's just become a parody of itself. It's not projection. That's what it is, dog. So there's a scenario here in which this movie is the final fucking straw. Final straw. So it is possible, technically, that this movie just blows up in their face, and then if I'm Bob Iger, I don't see how you let this lady make any more movies, period. You know what I mean? If this movie blows up in their face, like I think it will, because I'll tell you this, I'm not going to see this fucking movie now. The moment I saw that one review where they're talking about Indiana Jones, and this is from an actual review, being sad in the corner as his goddaughter reprimands him for 2 hours, I was like, bro, like, that's what we thought it would be. Absolutely nothing I'm interested in. And to be honest with you, I was never really excited for this film anyways because the fucking Crystal Skull. Like, it's not like we're coming off of like, oh shit, they revitalized Indy and that shit popped. Like, no, it was garbage. So Indiana Jones is probably gonna flounder. You know what I mean? And so I don't know. There is a scenario here, despite me being optimistic about like Hayden and Mark Hamill being in the next film, that could be cool. And I truly, honestly see that as like something that should have happened before. The scope of idea is so big, especially if Dave Filoni is involved somehow, and he understands why that's all important, why it all matters to bring all of those characters together. You're looking at something that potentially could be very interesting, really cool, set the franchise up in a new spot. But I mean, just look at the way the chat is reacting to this and realize that people would rather not have the movie than have the movie even with those two awesome characters that we love brought back. That just feels like what it is for me. If I'm reading the temperature in the room, that's the temperature in the room. It's not necessarily where I'm at, but that's where a lot of different people are at. And I really do wonder, is this actually going to be the final straw? Because at this point, she's put Star Wars on life support. She has literally destroyed Willow, which would have been better off as like this obscure thing that not a lot of people knew about. Now it's just considered a show so shitty, they canceled it and removed it from existence. The shit doesn't exist anymore. And now she's going to the only franchise that hasn't been tarnished by her big, stupid face. Indiana Jones. And this is your fault, Alfonso, because I was trying to be positive. This is your fault. So anyways, taking it back to what I was saying before, I'm actually really excited. I think Luke Skywalker, talking to her about the Jedi and stuff, awesome. Hayden Christensen in there, awesome. Bro, let's get it. Rey movie for life. I'm so excited for Rey. Fucking Rey. Rey Skywalker. And it's hot in here now, so I'm turning on my mini air conditioner. Jeez. Oh, is the air conditioner getting picked up by the mic? Is it too much for you? I don't care. Jeez, dude. They bring back Ben Solo? I mean, maybe. We'll see. So yeah, we'll see how this all shakes out, man. Because, like, in all seriousness, I have seen a lot of people online basically just claiming, oh, well, this Rey movie's not going to happen. Indiana Jones is going to bomb and it's not going to happen. And believe it or not, I could actually see that happening. At some point, it's got to be just enough. You know what I mean? And for me personally, I'm like, yo, I feel like Indiana Jones might just be the perfect storm of all that shit. And also, dude, kind of low-key shame on James Mangold. Like, shame on James Mangold for A, going along with this shit, B, calling out people on Twitter, claiming it wasn't true. Oh my God, dude, it's like the second coming of Kevin Smith when it came to fucking She-Man or whatever that shit was. Yeah. Someone order Josh Arctic Air from Seen on TV. I actually have 2 of Arctic Airs somewhere in this room. So, there you go. You could probably EQ the air conditioning out and keep it on all the time. That's true, actually. I probably could do that. Good idea, Adam. That's why, dude, Adam, well done. Okay. Now that we've had a really positive Star Wars stream, Alfonso, are you going to see Indy opening weekend? Bro, I'm not seeing that movie. I'm not going to see that fucking movie. No thanks. No thank you. Are any of you guys going to see Indy opening weekend? Throw a 1 into the chat if you're going to go see Indiana Jones and the Dial of Wokeness. I mean, the Dial of... You tell me. Put a 1 into the chat. Are you going to go see Indiana Jones? Couple people. Do you guys also know it's one of the most expensive films ever created? They spent like $150 million reshooting it. The movie has to make like 800, I think, to break even. I mean, like at some point, like, it's like, is she trying to fuck it up? Like, as bad as it like, what? Like, wow. She's just killing the game over there, dude. It's just so inspiring, you know? So inspiring. Okay, anyways, is there anything else we need to talk about? I was trying to be positive today, but freaking Alfonso had to ruin the whole stream. God. What else is going on in the nerdy world? Oh, we should just talk about Warhammer all stream? Dude, there was a guy that commented on the video from Monday and literally said something like, oh, dude, talk about Warhammer all you want, as long as you want, or as long as you're okay with losing all of your viewers or some shit, or all your subscribers. Like, he was just really, he's like that mad about it. At least the patriarchy gave us good Indiana Jones. Low-key facts, Mav. Low-key facts. You know? If we're going to give the devil his due, let's be real. They got that one right. She's a female Palpatine, Josh? Yeah, she might be. She might be. Dude, people are spreading this shit so much, too. People are actually pretty excited to bring them both back. Which, look, that's the move, right? Like, if you're gonna do this, right? If you're gonna walk through the valley of the shadow of Kathy Kennedy, and you're gonna try to create another Star Wars movie, you better bring back everybody. Like, you better bring back Mark, Hayden, Obi-Wan. You better go deep. You better go deep. Because I'll tell you this. The amount of people that are really and truly showing up to this movie just for Rey is Alfonso. That's it. So... I know, right? And then they're gonna do fucking Heir to the Empire with Thrawn like next year. Like, imagine that, bro. They're like, well, you've got to eat your vegetables before you get your... It's like, bro, I don't know about that shit. I don't know about that shit. Any news on Ben returning? No. I mean, look, I was told a long time ago they have spec scripts and they have ideas for Ben coming back, okay? Here's the problem, and here's why I don't think he'll come back in this movie. If you're going to bring Rey back, and you're going to literally resurrect Ben Solo, then you can't do that in a movie where she's not even the star. It's not a trilogy. It just doesn't make any sense. So, like, they have ideas. But there's, like, the movie itself, like, I'm sitting here trying to make sense of it, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck this movie is. I really don't. So, like, imagine Lucasfilm doing that. Like, doing all this significant shit, like bringing Ben back, having Rey deal with, like, whatever, the Jedi, I don't know. And then they're not even main characters? And we're supposed to follow around these other Jedi? Like, I don't know about that shit. I'm telling you, she's going to be the star. I mean, it's possible, but I'm telling you right now, that's not the movie that was first written. That's not the movie that they've been working on for 2+ years. You could be right, though. They could just change it, and just be like, well, now that we have Daisy back, like, she's going to be the star. For now, though, that's just not what it is. It's not what it is. And here's the thing. I think a lot of us are also confused as to, like, who are the villains in this movie? Because the only thing we've heard about it is the Jedi are in disarray. The galaxy might not want the Jedi. And Rey is struggling with that. So the bad guy or the antagonist of the movie is imposter syndrome. If there was ever a character that should have imposter syndrome, it's fucking Rey. What? Like, that cannot actually be the villain. Like, what are Anakin and Luke gonna say to her? Well, you did kind of fuck off from my training. Well, Rey, it is true that you just had all them skills right away and never trained at all. I'll be honest with you, that could actually be kind of fun. If they were just there the entire movie, just kind of low-key shitting on her, I don't know. Does that change anybody's opinions? Are we okay with that? Like, literally just Rey throughout the whole movie, and Anakin and Luke are just shitting on her. Like, bro, like, have me and Theory write it, and we will write hilarious banter of like 2+ hours, and they're just shitting on her, dude. You know what I mean? Hell yeah. Okay, so maybe there is a... See, you guys thought we couldn't get along. You guys thought there couldn't be a way that we would all be excited for this possibility. And that's because you lack imagination. So now we have it figured out. Yeah. Yeah, man. Maybe, you know what? Maybe we're going to be all right. Shit. And you think something like that under KK's watch? That's fair. So here's what we need to happen, Reese. Bob Iger needs to come out on the next investor call and have Kathy Kennedy come out beside him, and then all of a sudden, like, she just, like, stops and then falls over, and it's 1,000,000 of those fucking needles, like, from one of the Indiana Jones movies, and they have, like, all these, like, old school butthurt Indiana Jones fans that get to hit her with. It's not a permanent thing, you know what I mean? It was just a bit. It's not like they're actually gonna... But they do that, and she falls over, and all the Indiana Jones fans are like, ah! And then Bob Iger's like, she's done. Finally. And then it's just like this big crazy like rave, and everybody's going nuts, and fucking smoke and fog and fireworks and shit, right? And then Iger's like, well, we're also going to make some changes to this Rey movie. And then it like goes to a scene, and it's going to show her like trying to like teach her students. And the whole time, Anakin and Luke are just like, that's not how you do it. But of course, this fucking dumbass bitch would want to do, you know, like stuff like that, just like over and over again. And all of a sudden, I think we've got a movie. You see, we're figuring it out. And we are figuring it out together. That's what's great about having a community. You know? Like, some people bring some stuff up, and we all kind of like, you know, we all sort of just do it together, and we think about it together, and we come up with good ideas. This is why the Nerdvengers are the greatest community of nerds on the internet that there are. Guys, do me a favor. If you've got a badge next to your name, take your hand, turn it like this, and pat yourself on the back, because you've done good work today. You have represented, and you have done good. So thank you. Thank you for that. What else is going on? You know, You know what would be kind of nice? This whole stream felt like a cult. No comment. Okay, you know what would be kind of nice? Is if, like, actual news dropped. You know? Like, we're sitting here, it's the summertime, there's not really too much going on. It seems that Kevin Feige has ripped off the fingernails of all of the different scoopers that are out there on the internet. Hey, Star Wars shit! Welcome to the Nerd Vengers! You're a Nerd Venger now. Did you just do that so that you can give yourself a pat on the back? That's hilarious, and, you know, Bob's your uncle. But they know what would be cool, man? Is if, like, there was actual news and I didn't have to do a story from Giant Freaking Robot and then have to explain why they're not absolute dog shit anymore. And then Alfonso gets all triggered and then we go on this crazy Mad Lib Adventure Time fucking story explanation thing. Wouldn't that be great if there was actual fucking news? Ah! You guys want to see my machete? Yeah, that's right. We're going. It's. What else am I going to do? I'll show you right now. It's a mini machete. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a mini one, and it's got this on here. I don't know why. Listen, you can. Should I shave? Should I shave with it? I don't know. We're going way off. We're going way off the rails. Look, that's what I'm saying. We need news. Okay, we need news. What do I do with my hands? Some of y'all were like, fucking Ray movie? Anyway, okay, let's get into the super chats, the Q&A. First thing today was Obi776 upgraded to the Prime membership. I appreciate that, bro. Lord Vito with a $5 holler says, it's a dangerous business, Frodo, going out your door. And if you don't keep your feet, there's no knowing where you might be swept off to. Yeah, writer's strike hitting hard. I guess. Yeah, Vito, love it. Love the line, bro. You've been on it with the quotes, with the poetry and all that, you know. Fangirls over 40, welcome to the Nerd Vengers. Appreciate ya. I think fangirls are dope. Welcome. Detoxing for Life said, advice from dad to dad. Your son won't care whether you get a tattoo symbolizing him or his name, etc. So don't think about it too much. Much love. Yeah, nah, I'm not. I mean, Elisa has a tattoo to commemorate Liam and stuff, you know. How are we doing today, chat? Ryan, just to let you know, like, where we're at with things and just how the news and everything, it's been, like, you know, full of really valuable content and information. We're doing tricks with the machete, okay? So we're like, we're throwing this around, you know, we're trying, yeah, so that's, you want to know how's it going? You want to know how it's going? Yeah, there you go. Do you guys want to see my axe? Should I try to learn to juggle using these sharp objects? Why do you have an axe by your desk? So I got it's like a little camper thing. It's just like a mini axe. You know what I mean? It's not a real one. It's like, yeah, it came in this like pack. It's got all this stuff for camping. It's a camping tool set. So we could try, Let's just... Hang on, let me just... I'm just kidding! Calm down! I watch you in theory, love you both. As older fangirls, stand with you. Also, your thoughts on who will replace Kathy. That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, at this point, I think it probably would be Dave, but maybe like Doug Chain or somebody else like does more of the business side. I don't really know, man. I don't really know. But I appreciate the love. James says, was watching Wedding Crashers, and they said, shut your mouth when you're talking to me. I did the DiCaprio pointing meme. Yep. Something that you will realize over time is that all of those old movies from like the early aughts, a lot of my go-to quotes and just things that I say come from those movies. So shut your mouth when you're talking to me, hillbilly. Detoxing for Life says, hi, James Gunn, if you're watching this morning. I don't know if, I mean, I don't know, man. He's probably busy being a weirdo. Michael with the $20 haul, very generous, man, says, saw on Star Wars Facebook there was an ad for a book and the author was wearing Skywalker Academy shirt. I put, too bad Disney killed the Skywalkers, and posted the anti-trilogy video. Things got spicy, then Disney took it down. Did they really? Wow. Yeah, I did fix the camera, Carl. Can't you tell? Can't you tell? Yeah, that's wild, bro. They really came in and took it down, huh? Interesting. Hiron says, do you think we'll see Grogu Gunji in the Rey movie? Maybe. I mean, that would be kind of fun. I like those characters. Maybe they'll be shitting on Rey, too. Galliot says, bro, I saw The Flash. Believe the hype. Let's talk about The Flash for a second. Let's talk about The Flash for a moment. Are you guys going to go see The Flash? Throw a 1 into the chat if you're going to go see The Flash. Go ahead. Let's see here. A couple. Okay. There. Wow. Okay. Good bit. A lot of people saying nah, but a lot of people going. I'm still on the fence myself. I am still on the fence myself. I will probably go see it. It does seem cool. But you know what's kind of interesting, guys, is that strangely, they did a bunch of fan screenings and influencer screenings for The Flash, and yet no buzz was created. It didn't trend. Nobody was really talking about it. And I was kind of wondered why. You know, I was like, what happened? And I think it's two things. I think number one, apparently the screenings were a disaster. And they had to turn away a ton of fans because they just brought a bunch of influencers in. People had been waiting for hours. And then they brought a bunch of influencers in and turned all those people away. And I also think that a lot of the influencers that stole everybody's seats and went in and said it and watched it, that they are a little bit hesitant to talk about it online because of the blowback. And Deadpool on YouTube says 3C said there was no post-credit scenes. I heard they ended the movie early as to not actually show you the potential ending scene. And there are no post-credit scenes. So it's kind of interesting. Like, they have not been able to create a lot of buzz. It seems like the tracking for the movie is relatively strong still. It will probably perform really well. But it would be kind of funny if it didn't. Oh, Star Wars Sith, you saw it? You saw it? Did you like it? Did you think it was the best comic book movie ever? When I've saw people saying no screening saw the final cut. Yeah, nobody's seen the final cut, I don't think. Did you think it was the best movie? You thought it was the best movie ever? What? Apar, I'll give you a gym update. It's not the best though. I'm trying. I fell off a little bit. In the early part of the year I was going hard. I fell off a little bit, but I'm trying to get back on it. I want to get back into today. I surprisingly liked it. Not the best comic book movie ever, but it's good though. Worth seeing for sure. Well, that means it's bullshit. You know? Fan noise, bro. Ah! What's better, Christian? The fan noises or me screaming? You make the call. So here's the thing, Star Wars Sith. I want to explain it to you. If it's not the best ever, then it's bullshit. Okay? Because the whole thing was, this movie, the reason they're allowing a human being that treats the world like GTA 5 to continue to star in this movie and for it to come out and for them to be paid massive amounts of money for it is because it is the best comic book movie ever. If it's not the best comic book movie ever, then it shouldn't exist. They should have canceled it, and Ezra bad. So thanks for clearing that up for us, man. Not the best ever, LOL. Def not. Oof. I heard, dude, some people were saying it's a bullshit movie. Some people were coming out and being like, bro, this movie's not even that good. Like, the first hour is cool, and then it falls apart. The effects are whack. It's horrible. It's dog shit. It's baloney. So, I don't know. No Way Home destroys it? Aw, shit. Ezra already got paid. It won't affect him. Well, it's possible that he has back-end points. That's a pretty standard thing, especially for a star. So if Ezra has back-end points, the box office performance will affect him. Yeah, I know. The effects are kind of trash. CGI was not the best. I'm confused about that because they've had cuts of this movie for like years. So how is it possible that it looks like dog doo-doo? You know? MOM at 10? Oh, yeah, dude. Multiverse Madness is a 10 out of 10. It's a masterpiece. Anybody want to fight about it? They had so much time. What the fuck? I know, it's crazy. Okay, let's get back into the Q&A. Sorry. Hiron says, what if Rey movie's so bad they cancel Dave's movie? Oh, my God! Don't speak that evil. The Gatekeeper's Dynamo with a $5 says, Josh, you're constantly tripping on how your hair looks. Every time you say it, it looks fine. You're good, bro. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. I can spill all the tea, says Galliot. What tea, man? What are you talking about? Sozin's comment says, all the Disney Plus shows focusing on Mandoverse, why not do Dave's movie first? That's where what's left of the fan interest is. No one cares about the sequels. Cough. Star Wars Hotel. Cough. They need to stop. I hear you, man. But they're just full steam ahead. Like, I would love to be a fly on the wall for the meetings where Kathy is, like, convincing them that, like, it's a good idea to make more sequel stuff. You know? Like, what bull crappery? What ridiculous fake data? Pie charts? Scales? Hoops? Ladders? Like, what is going on? Is it a goddamn ayahuasca ceremony? Like, how is Bob... Because Bob Iger seems like a pretty smart, reasonable guy. So what... What the what? Concept Human Beings says, any movie with Rey as the lead is episode 10. Wow. It's not true, but I get where you're coming from. Mariana says, if Mark and Hayden are back with a good script and story, then I am game for this new movie. Sequel trilogy did them dirty. That's true. Both of those characters could have got way more shine in the sequel trilogy, and it's possible that they'll get that shine in the new movie. Although, as the crowd has pointed out, Mariana, they are not open to it. They're not feeling it. John says, I think we're trying to say, why the fuck aren't we doing episode 10? Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. Just doing episode 10 would be the move. It's crazy they're not going to do that. This like half in, half out. Like, we're going to do this. Like, it's not episode 10. If there's interest, maybe we'll continue it. Like, what the fuck, bro? If your next Star Wars movie isn't a strong enough idea to introduce a trilogy that you think people would be interested in, maybe don't make the movie. You know what I mean? The Gatekeeper's Dymo says Disney had a 200 million deficit as of 2020. They lost 1.5 billion this year. They absolutely cannot monetarily afford to do another Rey trilogy. Yeah, I mean, I guess unless they make money, but no, I feel you, man. But then I would ask then, how can they afford to make a singular Rey movie then? You know what I mean? Sajid says, my main concern is we're assuming something awesome could happen with Rey, Luke, Anakin when the director is a known feminist director who literally said her goal was to make men uncomfortable. Now, it's true. And I mean, again, like, just read the room. Look at what's going on with Indiana Jones. And it's like that energy, bro. And it's not to say that she couldn't go on to make an awesome project that doesn't, sort of pervasively include those beliefs, right? It's the same thing with Leslie Headland. It's like, just because she's a really outspoken feminist that was, literally talking about drag shows at Star Wars Celebration immediately, just because all that, it doesn't necessarily mean that this is a person that's going to inject all of those ideas or concepts into the show. But it doesn't give us confidence that they're not going to. And again, I think at this point, even if you're a fan of this kind of a messaging, you're probably at a point where you're like, yeah, but it seems so inorganic. And are they going to literally just do that every single time? It's like, I just really think everybody's over it, bro. Like, people are just over it. And Kathleen Kennedy is 20 years behind the time. It's like, yikes. So I hear you, man. XA says, would it be better if Ewan is a part of the cast and the scenes with Mark or Hayden and Mark? What about Yoda? Possibly? Yeah, maybe. I mean, why not? Throw them all in there. I want to see the Force Ghost Jedi retirement home. You know what I mean? Like, that seems awesome to me. Eric says, whenever Dave finally throws the Emperor down the shaft, do you think he will use the sequel characters at all? That's a great question. Here's something that's really going to break my heart, but I could actually see it happening. If they fire Kathleen, Dave takes over, and he goes full steam ahead with the Rey shit. Yeah, no? Ugh. God, that's going to be tough. But I could see it happening, actually. Detox for Life says, I'm not seeing this movie either. Hell nah. Okay, gotcha. Freck says, Rey shouldn't be discussing the Force and the Jedi with Luke and Anakin. She hasn't earned the right. If Rey is called Rey Skywalker, I'm out. FKK. Damn, Frex! Strong words and opinions there. Strong words and opinions. Riley says, I don't know how anyone can defend her. She did the same thing she did to Avatar movie. Like, why are peeps surprised? Oh, I haven't seen that Avatar movie. She did that shit too? Damn. Carl says, let's put Anakin, Luke, Rey in a movie. It's not episode 10, though. Okay, should be great. Let the hype continue. Star Wars is back. I'm just telling you what I've heard, man. I'm just telling you what I've heard. Overbound Game Studio says, it may not be episode 10 in name, but it's episode 10. Okay. All right. Michael says, will it be called A Star Wars Story? No, very much doubt that shit. I don't think that's happening. And Elisa, thanks so much for 5 gifted. Holy cow. Deadpool is now a member? Brandon? Zeke? Emperor's Hand? Let's go. Let's go. Lord Vito says, F the quotes. I'm so sick and tired of all toxic feminine people like KK deciding to stick their claws into everything men love. Leave us alone. There's some truth there. Mo from the Foe says, I don't give a fuck what happens as long as Palpatine returns somehow. Oh, God. Can you imagine? They're just going to get the whole band back together again? Whew. Sheesh. Sheesh. Detoxing for Life says, Josh, either the head of the CIA has Disney by the balls or KK is really self-sabotaging. It's agenda politics over profits in Hollyweird. Yeah, there's definitely some weird stuff going on over there, but you're starting to see like a big shift, and I think people are understanding that like it's just not working anymore. I personally think you're going to start to see Marvel Studios deviate a lot from a lot of stuff that was happening in Phase 4, early Phase 5, and go away from some of those more politically divisive ideas. Fangirls over 40, thanks for the gifted. Appreciate it. Mikkel was gifted a membership. That's pretty sick. Thank you so much. The Griffin Bro says, Kathy, please have mercy on the Star Wars franchise and don't make this movie. Yeah, maybe she'll listen. Star Wars Sith, welcome back. J Mike Gaming says, update. My wife and I had our second child on Monday afternoon. He was a month early, but he's doing amazing. Wifey, recovering strong. Love you. That's awesome to hear. Really happy for you guys, man. Congratulations, and I'm glad the mama's doing okay, too. That's awesome, bro. Darian Stone says, open galaxy Star Wars game, no limitations. What path are you choosing first? Jedi, Sith, bounty hunter, politician, etc. I would probably be a bounty hunter that dabbled in the Force. If I can do that, I'm all about it, man. If I can be a bounty hunter and I can dabble in the Force, I'm about it. That would be sick. Michael Rosie says, P.S. Glad you saw my Ahsoka statue. Gives me Todd McFarlane vibes from the 9Ds with better quality. Yeah, it was a really cool statue, man. Congrats on getting that. And, you know, you can always just send it to me if you want. Apar says, we need a gym update. What's the weight down to now? I mean, I'm probably still sitting here at 235, unfortunately. I need to get in there, work off some of my dad bod gut. Got to kind of plump up the chesticles a little bit, you know? Get these arms, you know? So, we're working on it. But in all seriousness, I had fallen off a little bit. I went like super hard. I changed my routine a little bit. And, man, it's a little harder as you get older, you know? So that's probably why I'm going to try to, as soon as I possibly can, get Guatemalan steroids and inject Guatemalan steroids right into my eyeballs. I'm trying to get fucking yoked, dude. I'm 6 feet tall, so I'm a little overweight. It might not seem like it, but I am. But yeah, no, I'm gonna just fucking. I'm going Liver King. I'm going on the Liver King diet. That's what I'm trying to do. Your eyes would be so buff. Exactly. Okay, let's keep going. Crash says, sure, they might Maret it as episode 10 to build hype. I mean, everything that has been indicated from official forces says no. Tony Stank says, if you ain't first, you're last. Yeah, thanks for that, Tony. Evan says, been a minute, man. Life's been hectic lately, so I've missed some streams. Still keeping the membership running. Hope you're doing good, brother. Evan, I really appreciate that, man. Evan, we're doing a meetup. At New York Comic Con in October, man. It's gonna be a good time. If you're in the neighborhood, come on by. Surely, if Kathy gets the can, the Rey movie can just flutter away. I'm very interested in what would happen if she got the can, for sure. It's gonna depend on who comes in to replace her. I could see it being somebody from the inside and them just carrying it on. I could even see Disney trying to act like Kathy didn't just fuck everything up and like it's all good and like letting her sail off into the sunset. But if it's an outside force, if it's somebody from a different company or like somebody else comes in, like James Wan. You know what I mean? Like James Wan comes in, takes over Star Wars. Then you bet your ass some shit's changing. I hope we don't lose the Dave movie, but honestly, I'd be willing to lose the Rey movie or to lose the Filoni movie if I lost the Rey movie. I think at the end of the day, this could really damage the brand. You know what I mean? But it could also be cool, right? I'm in this weird place where, like, honestly, I've got more hope for this movie than a lot of you guys. But I also know, because I talk to you guys all the time, and you guys are always fucking chirping at me and, like, you know, like, just telling me how you feel. I'm also very confident that a large portion of the fan base is not about that life. I can't believe they don't realize that. So it's a weird spot to be in. You know what I mean? Drew Smith says, have you seen any of the Spider-Verse clips? Looks so fun. Let's discuss. Fun! I am very excited for Across the Spider-Verse. I have so many cool pops, like Funko Pops. That movie comes out next week, doesn't it? So I'll probably see the movie. We'll do a spoiler stream on Friday. I'm excited for that movie, dude. I think that movie's going to be dope. The clips look great. And like I said, we've got a ton of really fun giveaways to do around that movie. It'll be cool. I'm excited. Yeah. Okay. Hope the fam doing good. Josh Shathi. Hey, thanks, Cheese Noodle. Appreciate that. J Mike Gaming says, hear me out. Ray point. She goes back in time to save Ben, but in the process erases herself and the sequels. Pitch it. I mean, at this point, dude, fuck it, bro. Like, I'm about it. Like, just at this point, just do it. I don't think they will. But that's another reason why I'm, like, interested in Luke and Anakin. Because the sequels feel so safe. And, like, Star Wars should be this expansive, mind-bending, like, holy shit type of thing, right? So this is part of the reason why I'm like, dude, yes, bring them back. Do something crazy. You know? Or retcon it all. We'll see. MK Matt says, I can see this being cool. Galaxy rejecting the need for the Jedi, then some huge threat emerges, and the Jedi come to save the day. I like that. I like that. Lord Vito says, Josh, wear some sexy outfits for your girl. It's your duty. I probably should. I don't know what sexy outfits are. Like, is this Dragon Ball shirt not a sexy outfit? Are you telling me right now I'm not oozing sexuality? This Dragon Ball shirt? If you think I'm sexy. Banana hammock? Sounds really uncomfortable. All right. Anyway, Cody Moody, welcome to the Nerd Vengers. You are a Nerd Venger now. Appreciate you, man. Doomcock leaks on KK. She is out after Indy 5, bro. Well, I hope that's true. Unfortunately, Doomcock's been saying that since 1996. Yeah, look it up. I found it. It was on like a tube television. A VHS tape. And he was like, breaking news. My sources deep inside Lucasfilm have let me know that Kathleen Kennedy will be out soon. So, yeah, it's not a dig on Doomcock. It's just like kind of facts. It's like tough. Brian Clark says, how do you think Lego and Hasbro feel about continuing the sequel trilogy story? They're probably like, this bitch serious? Like, they probably like chilled. They waited until they got out of the meeting or whatever. And they were like, bro, open up the window. Pull out those joints. This bitch fucking serious about this shit. Like, that's what it is. That's what it is. It's like, it's not like Hasbro's, you know, killing it. It's not like they've been downgraded by Bank of America repeatedly. They're probably like, oh, dude, thank God, Star Wars. I think Kathy's finally going to give up on the sequel shit. Maybe we can make some more money! But that's just a guess. We don't know. Nathan says, late to the party, got the same shirt, Josh. Saw the new trailer for The Flash, and I hate to admit it, but it got me more hyped. Nerd Vengers for life. The movie looks fun, man. You know? I'm excited. Darth Shibby says, Kathy keeps life support in business. Yeah, it could be. Fuck. Shibby, why? Michael says, you were bagging on Jedi Survivor. What's your top 3 games? Mass Effect Trilogy is number 1. Your intro reminds me of the graphics and world looks. Mass Effect's really good. One of my favorite games of all time. I'll tell you, I think Majora's Mask is up there. I will tell you that, as corny as it is, Elden Ring is up there. Halo 2 is up there. Greatest games of all time. I mean, Mass Effect's pretty close, dude. The story in Mass Effect 1 is probably, it's like goated. What other games? Gears of War. I'll tell you a real deep cut one that like not a lot of you guys have probably played, but it was like a very formative game for me, was Final Fantasy 11. Final Fantasy 11 was an MMO. And yet it was so dope. And if you were a big Final Fantasy fan, whoo, had all the characters, the music, the settings. It was really, really fun. BioShock was cool. I didn't really get into it as many people did. Skate 3. Ever played Dragon Age? I can't say that I've played Dragon Age, to be honest with you. No, I have not played Tears of the Kingdom. I've been playing more Fortnite than anything, but I'll tell you this. This is a heartbreaking story, guys. This is probably the saddest thing that's happened to me in some time. I was this close to getting Darth Maul in Fortnite, and I thought I had another day. I thought I had another day to do it. I was like looking at my schedule. I was setting it up. I was like, I'll finish it this day. And I fucked it up, and I skipped it, and now I just don't get Darth Maul. I got every single reward except for Darth Maul. I was so close. Oh, I got so pissed when I found out. I didn't play Fortnite at all this week because I'm like, fuck that. But I'll be back. I like Fortnite a lot right now. It's really fun. God, it sucked, man. I was so pissed. I was so pissed. Anyways. Let's see here. Watch Magic Mike and get ideas. You know, that reminds me of I think it was Louis C.K. He had the joke about Magic Mike where he's like, I've never seen the end of Magic Mike, but I'm pretty sure the ending is that I'm gay. So I don't know if I'm ever going to finish that movie or not. So, I don't know. Veed, are they good? Are they good movies? I have not seen any of the Magic Mike movies. I know. Very, very surprising. But, yeah, those, should I watch them? Are they good? Sajid says, did you see the reports of the Mando Season 3 viewership drop-off over the season? Highest of any Disney Plus show so far. I haven't seen it phrased that way. But, yeah, I mean, dude, it's pretty apparent that they lost a lot of viewership. I mean, God, their hit show. Star Wars is such a sad state, man. What the fuck? It's like, we keep literally saying, like, if this one fails, it'll be over. And yet, like, that thing is just still here. It's tough. World of Tanks has Warhammer 40k bundle and a few items and Ultramarines and Sisters of Battle. That's pretty sick, dude. My buddy's thinking about building a Sisters of Battle team right now. Paper Mario on the DS was great. Hell yeah, dude. Paper Mario was cool. Star Wars is no longer culturally relevant. It's sad. It is kind of sad, bro. It is kind of sad. So talk Warhammer. More positive. Dude, I'm so excited, man. 1 month away from 10th edition. I was telling everybody yesterday on the Nerdvengers chat that, you know, they previewed my main army yesterday, okay? And the Custodes look so good. Oh, my God. So we were sitting there waiting. A lot of armies get major changes. A lot of people are super pissed about what their armies are going to be like in 10th edition. And, oh, man. I saw what the Golden Boys are doing, and I'm like, let's fucking go. So my army looks stacked. I'm excited to get into 10th edition. All my buddies are so into it, too. Can't wait. We're going to be playing a lot of Warhammer. It's the summer of Warhammer. Star Wars Sith says, proud to be a Nerdvenger. That pat on the back was nice. New York Comic Con, let's go. Hell yeah, brother. And full trainer access. Just became a Nerdvenger. Welcome. You are a Nerdvenger now. Feel the power flow from without and within. And also, if you've got access to it, give me those Guatemalan steroids. Christopher Banks says, Maul will come to Fortnite item shop later. Add me. I'll gift Return of the Dark Favreau. Wait, what? Return of the Dark. Oh, dude. It will good in the shop later? Is that true? Is that true? Yo, you playing with me, bro? Hey, bro, you playing with me, bro? Favreau takes over Indy 5-2. This is it, man. Too many failures piling up. Iger been firing people, and it isn't stopping. Yeah, I mean, I do feel like that's probably going to happen to her. But at this point, it's like Theory says, man, she's like immortal. She's like immortal. It's crazy, dude. How many Horcruxes does she have? Michael says, damn it, can you explain how 40k battles work? Oh, hell yeah. So first, you got to build your army, okay? And, you know, we're not exactly sure how that works in 10th. You're going to pick a detachment. It's going to tell you what kind of units you can put in there. And so you build your army. You're going to deploy, pick the mission, set up the board, set up the terrain. Then after taking turns to deploy all of your units, you're going to roll to see who goes first. The first unit is going to go through their command phase, their movement, their shooting, charge, fight phases. And then it switches to the other team, and then they do it. All of your units have a movement number, and you can move that in inches. And so you move. You either advance, fall back, or just do a regular move. Yeah. Gray Knights for life. Yo, Gray Knights are cool, man. I just, the models are super old. They need a range refresh because they're all firstborn, I believe, and none of them look Primaris scale. So they look kind of weird next to the Primaris, to be honest. But they're cool. Yeah, man. Okay. Diamond Fig says, do you think bringing Fox/Sony actors into the MCU as their Marvel counterparts will do more harm than good, especially when they plan to recast? I think it'll be fine, man. I think that through Secret Wars and possibly even Secret Wars Part 2 or just the future of whatever the hell they're doing, I think it will be fine. They'll have enough time to explain it all and the normies will get it. Yeah. And there's so much dice rolling in Warhammer. That's one of the things that's so cool about it. You just roll so many damn dice. And it's awesome. Thoughts on the Grey Jedi? Yeah, I mean, the Grey Jedi are kind of an interesting concept. According to George Lucas, though, that's not a thing. You know what I mean? It's not a thing. Let's see here. Hey, bro, in 40k, do army units types kind of depict death or, like, represent death? There's all kind of... Yeah, some of them do. Like, for instance, there's a bunch of Terminators in the Dark Angels army that are referred to as the Deathwing, and they were a part of this crazy planetary battle where they were fighting off these things called the Tyranids. Now... they were at a place where they should have just called for exterminatus, which is basically nuking the planet, right? And instead of doing that, they decided to honor the old ways of their, like, knighthood from Caliban and just decided to fight to the death. And so they paint their armor all white to represent death, and then they go out there willing to die and fight off, and they ended up surviving. They ended up actually killing all the Tyranids. It's pretty crazy. Christopher says, Maul/All Star Wars items come back later. Return of the DAC. Harrison Piper, welcome to the Nerd Avengers, man. I appreciate it. Return of the DAC. That's your name? Who's the goat of Warhammer? I mean, it's fucking the Big E, bro. The Emperor of Mankind. The Big E. Didn't they preview your Custodes? They did yesterday, and I'm quite happy about it. And I'm quite happy about it. I'm very excited for the Rey movie, and I want KK to leave Lucasfilm. I understand, Brandon. I totally get it, man. If you're excited for the Rey movie, be unabashedly excited for the Rey movie. It's all good. Now, you'll get a lot of groans. You'll get a lot of people being like, "Grr." But, dude, just be you. Be strong. Be excited. And who knows? Maybe it'll be really good, and then you can be like, told you so. Told you, motherfuckers. Blah, 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 blah. I thought it was Henry Cavill. LOL. He's the GOAT. Well, the interesting thing about Henry Cavill is that he also plays Custodes. And I have a feeling that when he talked to Games Workshop about possibly doing their thing on Amazon, he probably said, or maybe even wrote it into the contract, you better make Custodes the best army in Warhammer. And, yeah, I think they did. Looks dope, bro. Killing it. Killing it. Killing the game. Adeptus Mechanicus for life? Bunch of Mars weirdo Omniscio worshiping. I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I'll gladly gift you Maul when he drops. Dude, that's very kind of you. Thank you, man. Christopher, welcome to the Nerd Vengers. You're a Nerd Venger now. Yavo, what's up? Hope you're doing well. Okay, guys, probably going to get out of here soon. Last thing we're going to do today is a little bit of juggling. So hang on. Let me get this set up right. I'm just kidding. We're not going to do it. Okay. I know. All right, everybody. Much love, man. Hey, look, news is a little slow, okay? And I appreciate you guys still being here. I appreciate us being able to talk about all this stuff. I even appreciate Alfonso for bringing a lot of life and levity and positivity to the stream. So thank you guys. Really appreciate it. Mikkel, you don't say that. And we'll be back at it on Friday, man. No stream tomorrow, but we'll be back at it on Friday. Maybe some like news will drop. If not, we'll find something to talk about. We'll find something to do. Appreciate you guys. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video. Is everybody gone? Did everybody leave? And I really thought we were going to have a nice, positive stream talking about Star Wars. I was going to try to convince you guys that it could still be chill, that we should try to be open to it. And holy shit. Holy shit. Damn, y'all be fired up. But you know what? I get it. I get it, guys. we'll just have to keep on. I mean, if they're gonna make this movie, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it, and oh man, looking forward to the 2-year run-up to the film. It's gonna be a good time. Clearly, Kathy knows exactly what she's doing. Let's just bask in her greatness. Whew! All right. All right. Make sure you open up that third eye and wash out your stinky butt. I'll see you later.